Well, me and Sami always take the same approach to our matches, is to just throw everything we have at each other.
Listen to this place! They're on their feet in Washington! These two are throwing everything at one another.
So we were actually pretty much married to each other for months. He came out at the Royal Rumble that year, and the first person he went after was me. Then we had the ladder match at WrestleMania with, 4 or 5 other guys in it. But we were a focal point of that match. Our story was, we had a match at Payback, and then we were in a fatal 4-way with The Miz and Cesaro the following pay-per-view. Then we were in the Money in the Bank ladder match together and had some pretty crazy moments together there, and then finally Battleground. So we had been at each other's throat for a long time leading into that match. But every match we'd had, the crowd seemed to be asking for more, which is always a great feeling. And it's hard because we had been doing it for so long at that point. I'm talking 13 years. So for us together, it's hard to know what might feel fresh because we feel like we've literally been doing this forever. But that night was special. I don't know, we just left it all out there. And man, the crowd ate up everything we did. And rarely do I come back from a match and visibly celebrate. I like to just, when I do good, I know I did good. But I came back from that one, the first thing I did through the curtain was scream my head off. And I knew it was special because Vince was standing up. And when I went over to him to shake his hand, he pulled me in for a huge hug. And Vince and I don't hug. That's not the relationship we have. You know what I mean? So I knew that was it. And even Pat Patterson was like, man, I've never seen Vince hug somebody after a match like that, ever. Man, I'd put that match up against any match that year, easily. There's too much to say about what I've learned from Sami, and I would hope he'd say the same about me throughout the years for me to really pinpoint anything. But man, one thing that I will always stand behind him for is in a lot of ways, he's very uncompromising in his beliefs when it comes to wrestling. And that might drive a lot of people crazy, and it does. I see it on a weekly basis. But generally, he's right. So I've learned to trust his instincts because he has not failed me yet. So if anything, I guess the main thing I've learned is to trust him because he knows what he's doing. Maybe better than anybody else I've ever encountered in wrestling.